At some point, it's okay to laugh about farts.
We were quite early. Ollie's not conscious about his banana, but what the hell?
That feels like quite an overreaction, right?
So extreme.
The world has so much going on.
Yeah.
Your gorgeous has nothing to do with it. I don't know what you could have said. I'm trying to like channel my inner cis man. You're through to 1-800-DRAMA, the show where you share your biggest dilemmas and I help you navigate them. I'm Shaaba, and with your help,
and sometimes mine,
let's help people figure out if they are the drama, because sometimes you just need an outside perspective and we can all expand our own mindsets along the way. Are you ready to dive deep into the a-holes? Let's go. Red flag, green flag, Lucy.
Hit me.
This one is from Zale, thank you Zale, who submitted, talking openly about your jiggy life in front of other people. What do we think?
Okay, so is it strangers? I would in front of you and Jamie.
Yeah, right? Yes.
Yeah,
Those some friends I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true actually. No, I get that. Like besties.
Yes, and I also think like it depends on how crass your friendship is.
Yeah, agreed. Because with us guys, we're
pretty crass.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. I'm like, I needed to take guys.
But there's a limit too.
I would most of the time say red flag. Red flag in front of strangers.
Yeah. I'm probably with you, especially if you haven't discussed those boundaries because it involves someone else, right?
Agreed.
So if your partner's okay with it, maybe then, and in the right situations, it can be a green flag sometimes, but overall red flag. Look at the decisiveness from Lucy.
We're straight there.
Right? Normally with Jamie, we're like, but also amber flag so much.
Ooh.
And I'm like, no, that's a cop-out. You can't do that. The game is red flag,
green flag. Come on, hun bun.
Hi, peaches. Welcome back to another episode of 1-800-DRAMA. And look who I have with me today.
Hello.
It's the gorgeous, wonderful Lucy.
Thanks for having me, Gorge.
Oh, thanks for being here. So many people will have no idea that we know each other and that we're friends.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because we've been besties for such a long time.
So long. I've known Jamie and Shaaba for 10 years.
It really has been, hasn't it?
It's crazy.
Wow.
And we've done some collabs, but mainly our bestie life is offline.
Yes, and it's because Lucy is primarily a short form creator.
I am.
So there's not really too much crossover in our content.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a queen.
Thank you, Hunter. Yeah, I do lots about disability. I'm also blind. I do BBC journalism stuff. So yeah, hopefully you've seen me.
Yes, and Lucy does like crazy BBC journalism around the world. You got slapped by a monk.
I did. When that happened, I think I sent you like the behind the scenes footage.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
What is going on?
Are you okay? She had a good time though.
Yeah, I did. I'm okay. He meant to do it and it was all consensual, everybody.
It was a consensual slap.
Yeah, it was.
Where can the gorgeous peaches find you?
So I am at Lucy Edwards on YouTube and on TikTok. And then, yeah, at Lucy Edwards Official on Insta.
Are you ready, Lucy?
I am.
To go fishing for some. And this is where I say arseholes and you say drama at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
Drama!
Let's go! I need to sort of worm my way around because I've been so messy with my games controller and my lip balm and I can't access the computer.
I just love that your computer keyboard is so audible.
It's cute, yeah. And also, when you click the keys, it kind of pulses in a pink and a blue light. It's really cool. It's Logitech's Aurora range, and it comes with this as well, which is it looks like a cloud, like a what do you call it? The thing that you rest your little
handies on.
Yeah, your wrists on.
Wow. So you don't get repetitive strain injury.
I love it. Huge thanks to Logitech, who are not sponsoring this video in any way, but who kindly gifted me this pink Aurora microphone and that stuff.
I loved that. That's so natural. If that was a spawn, I would be so impressed.
Am I the drama for buying my friend a gift?
Ooh.
It's an intriguing title. I'm like, how on earth could you be the drama?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, I buy you things all the time.
Let's read on and see. Obi says, I'm a 26-year-old woman and I have a decent job that brings in a good income. I absolutely love giving gifts. It's my love language and I love splurging on gifts for my friends. Lucy, did you write this?
That is so me, isn't it? Don't you think?
Do you have, what would you say your love language is?
It definitely, oh my God, I'm very much with this person.
Jamie is also a very gifty person.
Agreed.
I think I don't know about Ollie. Would you? Because I would say
not
that
as much.
You two,
I think you two are the same. You and Bob's.
Right. I think you and Jamie are more on the materialistic. You
we are
things.
Yeah, agreed.
Whereas
you guys are more hobbies.
Yeah.
And you buy guitars and stuff like Ollie does. I don't know.
I wonder if it's also coming from the class divide because Ollie and I grew up significantly less well off. Agreed. And you two grew up better off.
That is so true.
OP says, absolutely love giving gifts. It's my love language, and I love splurging on gifts for my friends. For example, I got one of my friends a set of art supplies worth $600. Wow.
Yeah.
What's the dollar to UK rate? What's $600?
Is it 400 quid?
I gifted another friend a PS5. Everyone in my friend group is used to this, and their partners have never had an issue with it. Fair. I mean, if you have good income...
And you don't have an issue, then who's to say what you do with your money?
Right?
Yeah.
It is a big gift. It's shocking me, but
yeah,
it's very kind of you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I agree.
How would you feel if you weren't able to reciprocate it? That's my only question. I would feel maybe a bit uncomfortable constantly getting such big gifts if I couldn't give them back.
Yeah. I think if I couldn't reciprocate, I think I'd... After the third or fourth time, I think I'd eventually feel quite guilty.
And maybe need to say something.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's like an us problem.
Maybe.
Though. So she says, one of my friends, Sam, a 28-year-old man, is really into electric guitars, and his birthday was coming up. He's been dating his girlfriend, who's also part of our group. I'll call her Hallie. She's 26 and a woman for about a year. Hallie asked me for a gift advice for Sam, and I suggested this specific guitar because he's been talking about it non-stop for months. Aww. It is pricey, a little over $550.
Okay.
That is spenny.
Yeah,
but I knew he would love it. However, I'm saying that's spenny, but that's because that's how we function. But then
that is true.
There are some people who buy like Gucci bags and you know, super fancy like gifts that are worth in the thousands and don't blink an eye. So I guess it's all relative.
I was gonna say, if you're like a millionaire, that might be like a certain percentage of your income that is less, whereas for us we're like
yeah. However, she said he already had enough guitars and didn't want to waste money on another one, and instead insisted on getting him a $700 Tom Ford cologne. Is that cologne?
Cologne.
Yeah, cologne.
Yeah, cologne.
Cologne. Instead, $700 on a smelly thing. I mean, smelly things do get pricey.
You know me, I'm like, I love Tom Ford.
I have a Chloe perfume, which I love. We were in like the airport, and you know when
Smell
they give you
me.
the little... Oh, that is very nice.
Chloe.
Smell me.
Oh, is it Chloe?
We're different Chloes though.
We
I'm
are
more
different
fruity,
Chloe, you're more
and
fruity.
You're more like deep.
Yeah. I didn't even know you loved Chloe.
Yeah, it's my favourite
moment.
one. But when I tried it in the little airport with the little tester, you know, when they dangle that little smelly thing on you, I was like, oh yeah, that smells really good. Jamie bought it for me, and I was like, don't tell me the price, because I will never want to wear it. I won't want to use it up if I know it's smelly.
So you.
So I actually don't know how much perfume like kind of should cost.
I'm not going to tell you then, babe. It's not that awful though. Can I just say, it's not like you wouldn't look at me and Jamie and go, guys, like
why
sometimes you
do
two
we
do.
spritz this and not put it in our vault?
I think you'd be okay.
$700 for a Tom Ford cologne is quite spenny too.
I would only buy that for a bestie if it was like their 30th, or I get it Ollie like once a year and it's a special treat.
Right. And also like if they want it, I think no, I take that back. I have to like get out of my mindset, which is too like functional sometimes with gifts, because I do think it's sweet if you're getting something for someone that they don't know. As long as you're not going above your budget and you're not making them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's cute. It's
also, I text you all the time about what to get Jamie and vice versa.
Yeah. So she's gone to this friend for advice, right?
Yeah.
To OP for advice. But said, all right, I'm not going to listen to what you're saying because I don't want that guitar, but I will get him this perfume that I like.
I would listen. It depends how long they've been together though.
That too, and we don't have that information.
Yeah.
So I definitely want some more information on that.
Yeah.
Okay, since Hallie didn't get the guitar, I ended up buying the guitar myself, and I didn't think it would be an issue. We fast forward to his party. He opens Hallie's gifts first. Can I just say, like, side note, Hallie is such a cute name.
Oh no, I love it.
I love it too. He absolutely loved the gift and thanked her. Then he opened mine. He was speechless for a minute, and then he began to tear up. He couldn't believe that someone had actually gotten it for him. He spent the rest of the night talking about the guitar. That's cute.
Yeah,
but I have a feeling
cute.
that Hallie's going to have a problem with it, right?
I'm like, ooh, she jealous.
Yeah, jelly.
Yeah.
The next morning, Hallie completely blew up on me. She sent me a lengthy paragraph and said that I'd upstaged her gift. She said I made her look like a terrible girlfriend in front of everyone at the party and embarrassed her. She also said that it was weird for me to buy a gift that expensive for somebody else's boyfriend, and that I was trying to ruin their relationship. I think that's a bit of a stretch.
That is, yeah.
I apologised and tried to explain that those weren't my intentions at all. I brought up how I've given expensive gifts to other people in the group as well, not just to Sam, and how none of their partners have ever had an issue with it. Hallie said that she didn't care, and I crossed a line by buying that guitar.
I'm trying to put it in context of us guys, and if I did that, you would not give a crap.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. If my Jamie got a guitar,
yeah,
or something that he really loved,
Yeah.
It feels like it would be hard to be upset about that, seeing him so happy. Like, that, again, would feel like a me issue.
I agree. And also, the girlfriend at the end of the day chose to buy that thing.
Right, she could have bought it, because she then bought something even more expensive.
Exactly, and he didn't necessarily like it as much. I don't know. Maybe she just didn't want to take the advice of the friend, though.
Maybe, or maybe she thought that he'd really value that, because, you know, like, oh, if you've got so many guitars, like, how important could it be for you? But maybe just doesn't understand. You're right, I really do think we need to know how long they've been together. Because that would be quite instrumental.
Yeah.
Imagine being with someone just for a little bit of time, though, and then spending $700 on a gift.
That's a lot.
That is, isn't it?
Yeah.
OP finishes off by saying, I honestly didn't think it would be that big of an issue. I asked some of my other friends in the group about it, and they don't think that I did anything wrong, but said that I should have told Hallie that I was buying the guitar beforehand. What do you think?
I don't think you necessarily need to tell anybody what you're doing.
Especially because, like, you offered that as an option
you
for
said
her.
And she was like, no. Said no. And
right.
she's like, fair play. Like, well, then I'll get it.
Yeah.
And you didn't... I don't think that's disrespectful, because she knows that you possibly would have done that. It doesn't take much stretch to know that that would happen. Yeah. And she probably, if she's surely got to know you enough to know that you like doing that and getting bigger gifts.
Yeah. And I'm also feeling kind of weird about the idea of setting a precedent that you need to run your gift purchases for your friend by their partner.
Yeah,
doesn't that feel like a little bit controlling?
No, I agree.
Like,
I agree.
It just, something's not sitting right with that.
It also depends on your relationship. As I said previously, like, I'd always be like, what does Jamie want to you? But it's because we're all friends.
But there's a difference between being like, hey, do you think Shaaba would like a spa day? As opposed to going, is it okay if I get a spa day? Like, that's a bit weird.
That's
that idea
weird.
that, like, you have to, you know, kind of run it by from
condoned.
that permission.
Yeah. It's like, that's then Jamie in this scenario being like, no, Lucy, you shouldn't do that with your money. Like, he would never do that to me. That sounds weird.
Opie says, now I'm second guessing everything. Maybe I did cross a line. I'm not sure, and I need some unbiased opinions. So am I the drama?
No.
You want to pop your badge up? No.
You're not the drama.
So the badges are not the drama, you are the drama. Everybody sucks here, or no drama here if there is no drama.
Okay.
But I would say, OP, you're not the drama in this situation.
You're not
I
the
do think
drama.
the girlfriend is being the drama.
110%.
I'm trying to think, though, would that change? I think, to me, what another, like, important parameter here is that you and girlfriend, so you and Hallie, both have similar budgets. To be able to spend, like, the multiple hundreds on a gift like that, I mean, it's a bit unusual to me to do, like, on the regular, but it's equal is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Whereas if Hallie, like,
gave
had
him
maybe
some chocolate.
like a 25 £30 budget, which I think is more normal for what you'd see, like, with friends, right? So like
Agreed.
a $50 budget,
Yeah.
and then the friend was giving $500 guitars, would that feel different? Would that change it in any way?
I think if the girlfriend was giving less of a gift, that's weird to me.
It's weird because I feel like I'm contradicting myself. I feel like in those situations I would be okay with it, especially if somebody gave me a heads up to be like, hey babe, is it okay if I get in this gift? I know he really wants it. I have the budget. I'd really love to spend it on him. Is that okay? Whereas,
to be fair, because me and you are so not drama at all.
I know.
None of it matters. Like,
that's
we're
the
like,
point, though, isn't it?
it's
and
so
I think
hard.
you're so right. At the end of the day, you've done a nice thing. You've given a gift to somebody that you love.
Yeah.
Why is someone making that a bad, like, drama?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be drama.
It shouldn't be.
You're so right. And I feel this sometimes with some of, like, toxic family members that I've left behind. When gift giving becomes a chore, that is
You're
not
just
okay.
like, no.
This is supposed to be a nice thing. And I feel like sometimes the idea of politics and getting involved in all of this just takes it so far away.
It 110% does.
And
you just need to.
The experience.
It does. And I feel so sorry because now you're, like, writing all of this and you bought him a gorgeous guitar and all you wanted to think about is his reaction.
And at the end of the day, as Hallie, wouldn't you like the fact that your partner has his guitar that he really wants?
Yeah. And it's made the friend closer because you need friends and partners. We all do different things and serve different purposes in life.
An Ollie fact.
Yeah.
Lucia's Ollie has so many facts. What was he saying today? It was so interesting.
Because we were chatting about Jamie and Shaaba's lava lamp downstairs and we were like, what colour is it?
Do you know what? I'm going to put a photo of it here. Yeah. Peaches, comment below. Jamie and Alex are convinced that it's blue.
It's not,
And I'm convinced that it's green. And Ollie also said it's green.
It's green. He was talking about the fact that lava lamps are in
computer
encryption centres where the lava lamp, like, makes everything
because it
randomised.
blobs about so randomly. Like the code kind of captures that and uses that for its encryption so that it can't be predicted.
It's so cool.
Who knew that computer encryption have like 100 lava lamps? That's
Have you
madness.
got one here?
No, it's downstairs.
Yeah,
we're not Rolly. We don't have 4 yet.
I might get you a large gift of a lava lamp.
Just don't spend $700 on it, okay? I wish you the best of luck, though, OP. I'm sorry that this has turned into the girlfriend's problem, and I definitely think that's what it is. But I think that's very main character syndrome.
I also think if you want to send her a note to be like, I'm really sorry it's hurt your feelings, but I'm so happy that he's happy. Or...
Right. Yeah, maybe refocus your energy, babe, into seeing that he's happy.
I think that would be cute if you would make you feel better.
You're right. I feel like the internet can be really brash, and I definitely think some of the peaches that comment as well, they call me out, rightfully so, a lot of times for being too people-pleasy.
Yeah.
But for me, there's people-pleasing, but there's also understanding that our actions do not live in a vacuum.
Yeah.
You were totally right to be able to get whatever you want for your friend. And if the girlfriend in this situation is making it about them, you can say, I'm not going to apologise for that.
Yeah.
But what I struggle with is the idea that you would then cut that person off because you still have to live with this friend,
right? And he is still going out with her,
right?
And at the end of the day, you don't want to make them upset because they're your friend. And
exactly, there is an element of what's the word? Not placation, but not blowing things up and being too like this is what is right.
Right, yeah, agreed. Just because of your morals and values, but because we have to live in this world. We float on this rock
with other beings,
and blobs.
Sometimes for our sins. Sometimes it's a good thing. Should we see what other people have to say?
Let's do it.
Someone says, not the drama. You gave her advice as she requested. She ignored it. Now she's all bent out of shape because she was wrong and you were right. Yeah, I do agree with this. I would say though, like, he can like multiple things. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking it's so weird that she's assigning the value of a gift onto a relationship. If one gift is like particularly meaningful, using that 25th birthday example for Jamie, right? He has your Lego top pride of place on his unit. It doesn't mean that I'm less valued as his wife.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be weird for me to be like, how dare you, Lucy, get him a gift that he now sees more than the orangutans we visited at the sanctuary. That would be a weird thing.
Why isn't the photo next to the Lego, Jamie?
And bigger.
Yeah, literally.
It's okay to not always be the person that gets the most poignant gift.
Yeah, I agree, gorgeous.
I do think that's maybe speaking to an insecurity of girlfriend.
Isn't it always the case with these things that it's not actually the thing that we're talking about is the problem, it's the thing underneath, and
it's
really
not
we
the
need
cookie.
we need to uncover it, and everyone just needs to dig up that
You're right.
poo.
And sitting down with Hallie on a sofa will probably indicate that she's either jealous of friend or having issues in her relationship that feels. That makes it, for some reason, that she needs to be like the best gift giver. Somebody else says, have you considered saving some money in this shitty economy instead of blowing thousands of dollars on your friends? You're not the drama for wanting to give a thoughtful gift, but what are you trying to prove?
I think
I don't know how I feel about this one. Part of me agrees. Like, I'm in two sides. Even me, like when we first read this post, I was like, oh, how much for a gift? It's a relative thing though, right? Because if you can and you want to, and it's bringing you joy in this world that is burning, then you do you, babe. I think I'm just you do you.
Yeah, it's true. It's like we would be giving our opinion here. It just needs to be your discretion whether you've got that money.
Yeah, I don't think there should be moral stigma attached to the amount that you give a gift, as long as it's coming from the heart and it's within your means.
Yeah, agreed.
I definitely think, like if you're doing this for thousands of dollars, not contributing anything to charity when you have the means, maybe that's something you could consider doing as well. Yeah. But no one should be telling you how to spend your money.
Yeah, please don't go into debt. Please save.
Adulting is scary.
I know. I couldn't do it without you two though. The amount of times I've gone
It's mutual, sweet. It's mutual. Am I the drama, asks this OP, for thinking about divorcing my wife after she drunkenly exposed me to our group of friends? That's the title. Divorce is like quite heavy.
That's very hard. Yeah.
OP says, the issue here happened Saturday night. We had our friend group over. There are 6 of us couples in there and we are hosting at our house. The night was progressing pretty normal. We'd done dinner and we were just hanging on the couches and chatting. Everyone had been drinking over the course of the evening, so we were all pretty comfy. And by comfy, I guess they mean buzzed.
Yeah.
When alcohol gets involved, you just know it's going to be... there's going to be drama.
Yeah, literally.
My wife, Amy, was talking with one of our other girls about my new job. I've recently got a promotion that comes with a nice raise. The downside is that I have to travel a decent amount, up to 2 weeks a month, but only for 3 to 4 days a time at the most. That is a lot of travel away.
That is a lot.
I get it if it's a big step up in the career, why one would do that. All good. We were excited for the changes that the extra income will provide and how it will change our future, so the travel was something that we agreed for being worth it. As they were chatting, her friend Pamela...
Oh.
Do you ever watch, what's the show called? Gavin and Stacey?
In a little bit. I saw a clip of Pamela though.
James Corden's character is like, Pamela?
Oh.
chatting with her friend Pamela, was talking about how they make it work since her husband also travels for work a lot. The conversation was actually very helpful, honestly, in a lot of ways, and there were some good ideas in there. Good.
Right,
That's what we expect from friends.
Yeah.
All fine so far.
We love.
That is until it happened.
What happened?
I know. Sometimes, like, the setup is so kind, and I remind myself, actually, this title has given me a massive spoiler. And you're considering divorce, so something clearly goes really wrong, right? Heidi, so imagine this is another friend, jokingly said, and be sure to order some banana toys that are the same size so you can still satisfy yourself whilst he's gone.
Right.
I think in a friendship group, that's not like a weird conversation.
No, I don't think so either. I think that's
like
actually
a flippant joke.
Agreed, yeah. I think it was just very top line. It's like, ha ha ha, make sure you're okay while he's gone.
Yeah. Now she was giggling, just making light of the fact that I'd be gone and that their biggest challenge was the interruption to their intimate life. No harm in this, right? Says OP. No, I don't think there's any
not
harm
at all. Point. I don't think this is not. It'd be something me and you talk about.
Yeah, and you are like in a group of friends. It's not like you're in a group of strangers. I think it's so fine if you are, there's levels of a friendship. At some levels, I don't know when this happens. I don't think there's like rules, but at some point it's okay to laugh about farts. And then at some point it's okay.
We were quite early.
To kind of like burp in front of someone, right? And then there gets a point where you can talk about this kind of thing.
Literally. I'm so with you.
It's okay.
You just know.
You just know.
It depends, I guess, on your relationship with your partner as well, though, in that maybe they're not following how close you feel to
definitely.
the
Yeah,
to
you
the
need
room.
to be on the same page.
Yeah.
I also think like sometimes people who like really skirt around the subject and feel super uncomfortable about it, if there's no like intentional reason, it kind of just comes across like you're stigmatizing it as something that shouldn't be done. But I'm like, come on, we all have intimacy.
All have bits.
Well, there are some error people out there who don't want it, and that's totally fine. But it's nothing to shun either way, to have or to not have.
Literally.
So like just talk about it.
Yeah.
Like why do we
All
need to make these
adults.
things weird?
Agreed.
I fear though that the teachers are going to think that like just to manage expectations, we're not there like drawing each other Kama Sutra diagrams.
We're
right?
absolutely
like,
not.
Just like in a normal level of friendship, I feel like people talk about this
We do,
stuff.
yeah. Just top line like things. You wouldn't go, oh, last night I did this. Like, it's not like that.
Let me give you a play-by-play at 9:37. That is, says OP, until my wife says it. She says, I don't think they make them that tiny. I need to explain. My face did a kind of like jokey, like I was trying to hold in a smirk.
Can I just say, I think I would say that as a joke. Don't you think?
Is this what it is? Is this the issue?
Is she saying it as a joke?
Because I mean, that's
so funny. I'd be like, ha ha, oh, they don't make them that shiny.
All the time. You have to make sure that you're in the right environment for it. But like, it's not that. I'm right now. I'm not saying that as that big a deal.
No, neither am I.
Let's read on.
Yeah.
OP says, guys, I went totally pale. Everyone stopped talking. Oh, and you could just feel the awkwardness in the room.
Oh, gosh.
That's unusual, though. That's
so
weird, right?
But are we just really open because of what we've been through in our lives?
Do you think so? Or maybe, like, then they're the friends that don't talk about that.
Yeah.
The reaction from other people is what's made this awkward at this point, right?
Yeah.
Should we
I
read
don't
on?
think it's the wrong thing to say. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she realised what she'd said because she tried to backpedal, but the damage was done. I just stared at her in disbelief. She just kept trying to backpedal and saying, I'm so sorry. Oh, see, now this does make it awkward, though, because so does that mean it's true and that you're feeling really insecure about it?
But even if it was true,
it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. But us guys are very like, it doesn't matter.
Maybe we're in a bubble because we are very open
quite
and just
liberal.
like chill. Yeah, but maybe to other people that's not okay.
Does it matter how big your is? No. Unless they've had a previous conversation in their relationship where she's actually not happy.
I think what's made this awkward as well, though, is that reaction and then the fact that you keep saying, I'm so sorry. You know, like when a kid falls over, they look at you. And at that point, you can do one of two things. You can go, oh, you silly bean, up you pop, let's get a wiggle on. Or you go, are you okay? Oh my God, are you fine? Are you hurt? And if you don't go, they won't cry, typically.
They'll so look at you and be like, are you
I feel like in this situation, if she'd just gone, yay, tiny bananas, or,
woo.
you know, don't worry, guys, I get my 5 a day, or
let's go
it's
to
a
the
joke.
fruit bowl.
Like, whatever it might be, like, why is everyone being, you know, like, just making crass of it. Opie says, I just stood up and walked out. I didn't know what to say or do. Oh, no, that's now tripling down on it. Not just doubling down on it, right? That's more. I headed over to a buddy's house. I was sober, I don't drink. I didn't tell him the story, just that we had an argument, but I felt so violated by Amy.
It now feels like something that's really, like, hurt him in his past.
So Opie says what she says is most likely true. I'm not in at all. I've known this my whole life, basically. Any guy can back me up when we say that we're all very conscious of our bananas.
Okay. I don't know whether that...
like,
I don't know whether that's true. Like... I don't know. Ollie's not conscious about his banana, but maybe if it I don't know.
Maybe it's like it's the circles that you run in, right? OP gives us some banana sizes perspective and says just under 3 inches, just in case that helps people understand context. I have always been very insecure about it, says OP, but we are never lacking in the bedroom because I make up for it in other ways, and she has never been unhappy. We just get there in other ways sometimes. And also, just as a PSA educational moment, so many women do not get there through penetration. Very, very normal for that to not be a thing. So
oh my god, yeah.
I just feel like we need to shout that from the rooftop sometime.
Yeah, totally agree.
The misconceptions around this area is a lot.
110%.
Now, here is where I feel like I might be the drama, says OP. I want to divorce her. I feel so violated. So it is about this. It is literally about this comment.
What the hell?
That feels like quite an overreaction, right?
So extreme.
I feel like I can never see these friends again. And I feel like all they'll be thinking about when I'm around is her comment and, well, how tiny is it really? But my drama feelings come in because I also have known for a long time that it is small. So I steered the skis, I guess you could say. Is that one of the phrases that I'm not aware of? I steered into the skis.
What that means. Honey, I am so with you that you feel hurt by this, but this is a you problem.
I
personally think that,
especially this dramaticness to the reaction,
you need psychology. You can't just divorce someone for one comment. If previously you've had talk after talk after talk about this and she's still being insensitive, and that is very much like a indicator of maybe the last or final thing that she said, and she's always being this derogatory.
The camel's back.
I can understand.
It doesn't sound like that's the case.
This just sounds like historically you have felt sick about this issue, rightly or wrongly, and obviously it's your experience, so it's whatever you feel. But just from an outsider's perspective, I think it's about psychology, about coming to terms with what you've been given in this life,
with the fruit of your loins,
and understanding that it's okay.
I feel so bad for OP that he lives in a world, or has been brought up to be made to feel that it's something to be like really ashamed and sad about. Fun fact, I have an Ollie fact, a Shaaba fact. Greek statues have tiny peens.
Ooh, actually, I did have a feel.
Yeah.
A tactile museum.
To the tactile museums. They're really small, and they're small because in those days, the idea of a tiny banana was celebrated. It was seen as a sign of positive moral things, being a good person, having wisdom.
Yeah.
And having a big banana.
Was a bit of an obstruction.
Well, it was seen as like being a fool. Like it was often associated with you being like an idiot, or I don't know what the words are, but like a joker, someone who's not a good person to be around. I know this might sound like a weird segue, but it's just what my brain does. I think about that and I'm like, wow, fashion trends change so much.
That's so true.
In this world that we live in today, I'm like, how on earth can we ever trust and believe what people say or think about, body expectations? If going to change that much, don't you dare talk about my tummy.
You know what? I agree. Okay, again, this is where my brain's going. Celebrities are wanting to cryogenically freeze themselves when they die,
it's a bit weird.
Into a freezer. Basically, I know it's coming back round, I promise you. Basically, if they ever woke up, they would think the world was so different. All of the trends would change and everything would have happened, and you'd feel so worried about fitting in, and people would look at you like you're an alien. Yeah,
you're so right. And I think about this with arses too. Kim Kardashian made having a big bum the thing.
Yeah.
Before the age of Kim K, because she is an era unto herself, right? We know this to be true.
Absolutely.
The idea of having a big arse was not in any way desirable.
No.
Everyone was like, I have a flat bum. And me with my big African descendant bum, I love my big booty.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you. But people would take the mick out of me having a big bum. It's something you're literally bullied for in school. And now I'm like, sorry, Kim K has a big bum and everyone is now happy about it because she put a champagne glass on it.
Literally.
What the hell?
Yeah.
This is just marketing.
We're all like little sheep.
Right? And sheep that work so hard to make our bodies act in one certain way, which is wholly unrealistic in many ways. And then once you've done that, the fashion changes
anyway.
To be something else.
Literally.
All because they're after your coin, babe.
Yeah.
They just want your coin.
They are, yeah. Flared jeans are not my thing. I'm so short. I just look like a bit of a potato.
I love how many segues this conversation has gone down. You don't look like a potato.
I know.
But if you don't feel comfortable in them, I
exactly. I love like millennial jeans.
Anyway, where did this go?
I don't know. Basically, I think you need a therapist.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
This is a you problem you were saying, and I think that's a really important insight.
Yes.
Yeah. OP also says here, basically explains that in the bedroom, he's so fine with his size.
Oh, she makes him feel okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so that's what he's saying about the skis thing. He's saying, maybe I've made my bed here by being okay with things like the talk that we have in the bedroom, but I'm not okay with it being public. So was it my fault? He's asking, like, is it my fault?
He should have told her.
You know, I'm not okay with her talking about it publicly.
I think
like,
he should have told.
To know.
I think all she's done there is say something out loud to people she perceives who are close friends.
Also, she didn't bring it up in isolation. The friend Heidi was the one that brought up banana toys.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And she was just sort of like answering and going off of a joke. I get it, she's buzzed. I get it, they're all like drunk and being a bit silly and stuff. But like, to me, I don't think that was necessarily so bad what was said.
Also, they're all probably drunk. They're not going to remember.
That's the point that I'm being really hung up on. It's the idea that you are now wanting divorce is so alien to me.
Yeah.
And to never see these people
argument.
again. I can get why you'd be like, look, that made me feel really uncomfortable and I don't want these things being shared. Oh my God, what you just said there just really helped me frame it in a different way. There are some things that I'm more uncomfortable about, which I wouldn't share here publicly.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, if he said something, I'll pull him to side and be like, hey babe, I'd rather maybe we don't speak about that stuff with other people.
Yeah,
and he goes, oh, I'm so sorry, I won't do that again.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
And that's it.
I would never think to divorce him over that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not judging you for feeling some kind of way about that comment. If it's something that you're feeling really hurt by, your feelings are so valid.
Oh my God, yeah.
But this reaction
is quite extreme.
Yeah.
Also, dig deeper. Why are you feeling this way?
Yeah.
You know,
who's hurt you?
Who's hurt you to the extent where you want to divorce this person?
That is so extreme. Sorry, I know I've said that a couple of times. I just can't believe it.
No, I can't either. It's a conversation with her. It's a conversation with a therapist. And it's understanding a lot of trauma on your part about how you don't accept yourself, because this is a self-acceptance thing.
Lucy. OP finishes off the post and says, and for those wondering, she has called and texted a ton yesterday apologising for outing me, but I told her that I needed space for a bit. It's so funny, like, even this term outing, I think that says something in itself, right?
Agreed. Like, this is why it's more traumatic for you.
Clearly this is something that is really, really hurting you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know if I'll read the replies. I just needed space to vent and I had no one to talk to about it. My buddy that I'm staying with just thinks that we've had a fight. I feel so lost. I feel like the drama, but I just don't know if I can trust her again or feel secure enough to see any of them again.
Oh, honey. Please don't let this ruin everything.
If you were in a friendship group,
if you came to me with this and you were like, I hate the shape of my vagina, and this was the same thing, I'd be like, honey, please don't let this ruin things for you.
The world has so much going on.
Yeah.
Your gorgeous has nothing to do with it.
People are more insular and thinking about themselves, like, in the best way.
I don't mean to be like, that's not me trivialising
no,
it, right?
it's not.
Like,
absolutely not.
And your take up all the space that you need.
Literally.
But we're not going to be hung up on it. I hope you can find a way to be with these friends, because that's what I'm saying. If you're in a friendship group and somebody said this, I wouldn't give it a second thought.
No, I wouldn't. Especially being a bit tipsy as well.
Right.
I'd have forgotten about it. But make space for yourself. Having that reaction, I think people will be worrying more about you leaving the room at that point and being like, oh my God, I hope they're okay, versus what actually was said. So their friendship group are probably like... The friendship group are probably texting like, I hope they're okay.
Well, especially with him walking out.
Yeah.
Like, that made it a big moment. It's so
yeah.
funny because it is a sliding doors, right? That could have gone so differently.
Yeah.
You could have just been like... Yeah, I don't know what you could have said. I'm trying to like channel my inner cis man. Oh no, I've never had a complaint.
Yeah.
That was a terrible. I'm not a cis guy. I'm not a lad's lad. Okay, there would have been a lad's laddie way to have responded to that, to like have reclaimed it, or
you like it, love.
By walking out in particular, and by her doubling down.
Yeah.
With the so many sorries, I do think that has made it a situation where friends should be like, guys, it's so chill. We love you.
I also think that the fact she's texting you so much means she cares.
Yeah.
And loves you, and will probably never ever say it again because you're so upset.
Definitely not. I do think that would be a problem, because that would show that she totally doesn't respect him. I don't think that I don't think this was malicious for her to have said in any way.
It's just a slip of the tongue, and if you've talked about it privately and you don't want her to do it, that's another thing,
right?
Yeah.
As well, if beforehand, because you guys talk about it, like, yes, there's an element of know your boundaries, babe. I see it as an accident at most, is what I'm saying.
Agreed. And And now she knows you're really upset about it. I think it's a boundary that you now have, and you can have a massive, and maybe even go to couples counselling if you feel that it is something that's really on your chest. From the way you've written things, I think that is something that you should probably think about if you're thinking about divorce.
We love therapy.
Yay! Hearts.
I manifest you have this conversation. I manifest that you are able to work through this, truly. But if I was the wife in this situation, hearing that you were considering divorcing me over this, I'm not sure how I'd feel about that.
No, I'm not.
I would feel so insecure in our relationship to be like, wow, is this how little I am to you?
Literally. Is this issue more... Is this issue the thing that's going to split us apart when we've got several years under our belt of love and affection, and this is what I mean to you, and all these, this is what's going through her head.
Oh, it's so and would something as small as this really mean that you would not see friends again?
Small of this to her. I was going to say small of this to her, but
it's
not
big
to him. Yeah.
So what's your badge? I don't know if I have a badge for this one.
I don't think I do.
Like, I don't want to call you the drama, because this is clearly a big deal for you.
Literally, it's not your problem. It is your problem, but it's not a drama.
But I also don't want to call her the drama, because I actually don't think that what she's done is wrong.
No. What's the middle one?
There's an everybody sucks here. Maybe that one would be a badge. You need to take some accountability, OP, for not realising this is a you problem.
Yeah.
And for I do think that you are the drama for like thinking of divorce as an option. That to me just feels so extreme.
Yeah, agreed.
And she should definitely take some accountability for saying something that clearly you weren't on the same page about. And I get it. If it's an accident, the slip of the tongue, it happens. Yeah. And this is how we grow as couples, right?
It's not beyond repair. I also think it'll make you stronger.
Yeah, if they're able to get through this. And I hope they are, because it just feels like such a unfortunate thing. I don't want to trivialize it, but an unfortunate thing to ending a relation, a marriage over. Not just a relationship, a marriage. Should we see what other people have to say?
Yeah, let's do it.
Someone says you can't unring that bell.
Oh,
it is true, I guess, like now that it's been said, but that's not very useful in terms of giving advice or helping. But I see a commenter, this was deliberate.
Oh,
I don't think it was deliberate.
No. I really disagree with that.
But that's why this podcast is not called Am I the Arsehole? Yeah. It's Am I the Drama? Because we are exploring things all the time that are morally grey. Yeah. You don't need to be doing things with bad intent to be being a drama. I'm
just thinking and exploring, though, if this was another characteristic...
Put it on a total dyadic, what's something that women would feel? Weight, I guess, is a massive thing that's often spoken about. So what if someone was like, oh...
You're a bit wobbly.
At least with you being away, I don't have to worry about your side of the bed
drooping or dipping.
Why does that feel different? Is it
because we don't have a banana?
Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
I love you for taking that principle and putting it to something else. I think for me what it shows is if it's something that you feel uncomfortable about, you view it differently. Yeah. So because we are bananaless, we're not seeing it in the same banana way. I can see why she is definitely the drama for saying what she said. But I wouldn't divorce.
No, I wouldn't.
Said that. Say Jamie said that. I would not even consider divorcing him.
No, it'd be a row. And we
never seeing those friends again. Yeah. I would not do either of those things.
No, same.
At worst, I would maybe go to my partner, even in front of the friends, be like, that was a bit uncalled for, babe. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Please don't do that.
What's happened there? Especially if she's drinking and you're not. Yeah, I'd be like, what the why do you need to say something like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't
and maybe
storm
we'd have
out.
a bit domestic. Yeah. You know?
I'd be like, that's an ick. Don't say that again. Yeah. And everyone would be like, done.
Yeah, or like,
then you just move on.
And then, exactly, you move on. Unless it's a pattern, as you said. Then obviously, if it's speaking to a bigger issue.
But then I'm now thinking, oh my God, what about racism or ableism, or is that going too far?
Context is always very important. Yeah. Nuance is always very important. Yeah. In those situations, you're right. For me, that would be a one and done. Because I'm like, no, you don't say these if it's speaking to a different value. Yeah. But in this situation, my head is thinking, she's under the opinion that it's an okay thing to say, and you too have acknowledged that there are situations between you where it's an okay thing to say.
That's true.
Therefore, you know, like, it wouldn't be unfathomable to do that. And also, people make banana jokes all the time.
Yeah, literally, it's all over the internet.
Especially, I mean, you can speak to about this more, because I'm in a very LGBT plus bubble. But from my understanding of cis-het relationship bubbles, isn't this super common?
It's so common.
Someone else says, I'm wondering if some or most of the people in the room probably already knew if they all went silent instantly. Like, most people would laugh it off if they didn't know it was real.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm guessing she's probably already told some people. I can see why that would lead to an awkward reaction, but I do think this is also like a huge assumption that we can't really...
I was going to say, I feel like we're going off-piste a bit.
Yeah. But also, if we were to go down that road, why would that be a bad thing if she has... Like, people speak to their friends about things.
Yeah, all the time.
Not with everyone, but like with your closest friends. Yeah. If you want to go to people for advice, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
And now I'm thinking maybe we are the weird ones for being so open.
Maybe, because we are... What I always like to say about us guys is we've been through so much in our short lives.
I think in marginalised groups, there is a requirement to mature a lot and to be very vulnerable and open.
Yeah.
And to just own things.
Yeah.
Because you are so at peace with who you are.
Yeah.
Because of how other people are not.
Yeah.
So when you leave that bubble,
yeah,
sometimes you're right. Like, I definitely feel like, oh my God, I feel like an alien because other people are not reacting to this in the way that I would have expected it to.
And we're very open about everything because we have to be. We have to accept ourselves because we're different.
It's so crazy to me that within that disability realm and the LGBT plus realm,
it's so
everyone
cute.
is still human.
I love
it just boils down to the fact that it's people being dicks.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with who you are or how you are different. It's the thing that unifies marginalized communities is they all know how it feels to be treated as lesser than.
Agreed.
I wish everybody felt the way that we did in being able to approach things without stigma. The world would be a much nicer place if you didn't have to worry about the reaction to bananas.
Literally. It's not deep, but but I appreciate that it is for you.
I hear you. I hear you. That's a great way to phrase it. It doesn't have to be deep, but your deepness is valid. You're turning that into a potential divorce. I don't think is valid.
No.
I'm like, no, you need to work on that. Because even if you don't want to be with this person anymore, you're going to feel some kind of way going forward.
Yeah. My therapist said to me once, you can love being blind and hate being blind. You can love having a tiny banana and hate having a tiny banana all at the same time.
Both things can be true.
Both, yeah.
We will always get asked in some capacity, would you rather life if? You know, like, would you rather be white?
No,
or Jamie, you know, like, would you rather be born not trans? It's such a hard question to answer.
Just can't.
Because the answer always comes down to, I love being brown.
Literally.
There are so many aspects of being trans that is beautiful. It's just a different way of life. Like, it's indifferent. What makes it negative is other people's reactions. Or it's the world not fitting not you not accepting yourself.
Yeah. It's the social model versus the medical model of disability. The social model says the world around us is the thing that needs fixing, it's not us. Whereas the medical model says, you need fixing, you're broken. When I found your guys' channel, I was like, oh my God, me and Jamie, we're so aligned because we both kind of transitioned into new lives at 17. And I hope you won't mind me describing it like that because I've said that to him.
Yeah.
It really does make you stop, think and dig deep within yourself. If truly you hate your small banana, those thoughts are not going to go away until you accept that it's you.
You will always be confronted with some people about it, and it's definitely something that you need inner growth on to work on, for sure. Not the drama. It's a deep hurt that she has rendered you in front of friends. Thinking what you think, feeling what you feel, those never make you the drama. It's actions that make you the drama. I do agree with this. Yes, you are not the drama for feeling the hurt that you are feeling.
Yeah.
So if you do decide that this is worthy of divorce, be clear with yourself as to what it will remedy and what it will not. This is above Reddit's pay grave to resolve, but above all, you're not the drama and you are enough. You are a man deserving of respect and love from your partner, and I hope you find a way through to heal yourself. Yeah. I like so many points in here. I still think we need to address the fact that jumping to divorce is not
extreme.
Okay thing to
it's
do.
Not okay.
Someone else says, true friends, to be honest, wouldn't care about the size that he's packing.
Literally.
That is the crux of it. That is the biggest thing that shows me that this is a you problem, my love.
Yeah.
Not to say that she wasn't wrong. This is not to take away her accountability for what she said in hurting you and not being on the same page. But your friends, if they're real friends, really should not be holding on to this in any way for you to think, I can never see them again.
Agreed.
And if they do, you shouldn't see them again.
Yeah, agreed.
This was a gross violation of your trust. People who have seen you naked have seen you at your most vulnerable. If you commented on her body as a man, they probably would have burned you at the stake. See, that's interesting because we did that sort of exercise.
Yeah, we did.
And I wouldn't have thought that.
No, I wouldn't either.
I don't know if you can come back from that. If you want to try counselling, you can. For me, I don't think counselling will help.
So interesting.
I wouldn't trust her nor be attracted anymore. This is such a big turn off when somebody insults your physique. I do think as well there is a difference. Like, we need to look at these as the two isolated incidences. There is her saying something and not being on the same page as you, but then there's not feeling attracted by her anymore. You know, like feeling like she doesn't love you or find you attractive. If it was that second, I would totally understand not being able to come back from something like that. However, OP did very clearly point out that when it's just the two of them, he likes the fact that she'll address it, and so that to me, suggests that that's not a question.
Agreed.
It's just the fact that she brought it to a public forum.
Yeah, agreed.
And I can understand that is something that you don't like, and that is something that she should absolutely respect. But I don't agree with this comment at all.
No, I don't. I really don't.
I'm a woman, and this is unacceptable. Even drunk and I'm in recovery, so that was a lot. I would never have done this to my husband or anyone, really. You don't strip a man of his manhood and go on as normal. I'm sorry, this is making me eyeball because it's just a bit stupid.
So ick, sorry.
I can't believe that these people are just like, yes, you know, you are right for considering divorce over this.
Stomping out and no, sorry guys.
Damn, dude, short of being cheated on, this is about as bad as it gets. A humiliating betrayal that will haunt you for the rest of your life. And someone else says, agree, I think divorce should be on the table. I think the disregard of that cone of silence of obvious certain things in a relationship should be protected, and when violated, ending a relationship should be an option. How can he trust her again? Wow, it's very rare.
Oh my God.
But it has happened that I have looked at stories and been in such disagreement.
I don't agree at all.
With the forum. And I think this is one of those situations.
Yeah, same.
I'm so confused.
This is awful.
By how, like,
sorry,
massive
guys.
this reaction is.
Yeah. Often I'll read comments online and be like, no.
And that's what I love about this podcast. There is no one answer. There isn't
one answer, a black or white. Yeah.
We're exploring the greys, and those greys differ in how that looks depending on your lens and what you've gone through in life.
Yeah.
So clearly we're being very influenced by our
upbringing, our
friendship groups, the values that we hold. And I think this is talking a lot to how a lot of people who visit the AITA forum think. I'm still not at all convinced that divorce is is a healthy thing to be thinking at this point. But I would love to hear your opinions, Peaches.
Yeah. Please tell us.
Not the drama. Honestly, I think divorce is a good option. She voiced how she really feels and in that moment didn't care about humiliating you. Nothing about what she's done, especially with the fact that she's saying sorry so much.
Yeah.
And, you know, like trying to get hold of you. That to me suggests that she has not done this from a
malicious
point
place.
Of view, you know? Someone else says, since there's no kids or pregnancy now is the time to get an excellent attorney. A fast, safe, painless divorce from this selfish, worthless, disloyal, disrespectful, gaslighting drunkard immediately. Divorce her, block her and her supporters on everything. Oh my God. After the divorce, spend at least 1 to 9 months peacefully alone, healing and rebuilding.
1 to 9 months, because that's how long it takes.
And then find a smart, compassionate, loyal, loving, respectful, helpful, sober, healthy, happy, peaceful, fun, successful, open-minded, future-focused, secular, pragmatic, humanist, what the and be their friend, through which you will get excellent friends, spouse, family, and life. Not the drama, not the drama. Please update me, not the drama. I think this might be one of the most unhinged comments
you've ever read.
I've ever seen.
Oh gosh.
All right, this final submission is from our 1-800-DRAMA subreddit. Ooh. So this is from a peach themselves, where other peaches have commented and given their advice.
Cute.
And this peach asks, would I be the drama for micromanaging when somebody else is helping me? Ooh. It sounds very vague at the moment.
It does.
So let's see if we can help a peach out.
Yeah.
Oh, peach. See what we do there? Because normally a peach. Says, I'm a 35-year-old woman who is disabled. I technically have full mobility still, but I'm typically in a lot of pain and many activities causes that pain to flare.
Okay.
I struggle to limit myself because I can still do things even though I shouldn't, but I am trying to get better at asking for help.
Okay.
I live where we get a lot of snow and shoveling it is incredibly taxing on me. I struggle to do it and I'm exhausted and in pain for days afterwards. So this year, my husband, a 36-year-old man, said that he will take over and he mostly has. Don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful and appreciative, but he doesn't do a great job. He often doesn't clear it all or very quickly. I know that face from you. You're saying that you can relate.
yeah, slightly.
We've got a public sidewalk, says OP, and we're responsible for clearing it. He never clears the end of the driveway where the snow plow plow piles up snow. Try saying that 3 times quickly.
Snow plow, blah, blah, blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah, blah. He just insists that we can drive over it, and I hate it. I'm aware that I'm a perfectionist, and he and I often have different understandings of when a job is done or what things like clean will look like.
This is why I hire a cleaner.
The snow is just one example, says O Peach. I used to do things myself if I was particular, but now that's becoming harder to do.
Yeah.
Would I be the drama for making specific requests, like clearing the end of the driveway when he's doing things that I struggle with, or do I just need to learn to let it go?
Okay, my hot take. I'm very well versed in this in my life. As I got more and more disabled from 17 onwards, I started to just not see anything really at all. So I would have to rely on everybody around me. And initially I'd be like, this is so irritating. I hate this. Like comparing myself to like the sighted version of me, which is maybe what you're doing. You know, as I've gone into my blindness journey, I'm naturally doing things differently and kind of assessing my capacity to do bits now, which I can probably do completely differently. And I don't kind of recognize how I used to do them. And it's kind of just become my life. So as you're saying, like you're acquiring your disability a bit more and you want to kind of take it more easy. So you're lightening the load of different things. If you don't like the way your hubby does it and you have the means to do it, definitely
third party
outsource it. I do this with cleaning because my hubby, I'm sure he won't mind me saying, cannot clean properly. He's probably more blind than me in some ways. I hire a cleaner and they rat him out on his little Coke can stack that he has on his table. We love.
You're listening, Jamie.
We love.
You've been caught up with this too.
Yeah, sorry, we're atting you, Jamie Gorgeous. Sorry as well. But Gorgeous Ollie Bobs has a stack. What I would say is, can you then tell him how to do it? You could. Like I say to Ollie, can you draw my eyebrows today? Would I then have an opinion on how he draws my eyebrows if I felt like low spoons and low energy? Probably wouldn't go left a bit, right a bit, because I'm accepting that he is then helping me. It's not wrong to do that. And you can, I think I've done it where I'm like, oh, I would love it if you could use a different pen, because when we had that photo, Ali said to me, my eyebrows were a bit red. Could we do it different next time? And he'd be like, I take on that criticism. Yes. Because at the end of the day, if you've asked him to snowplow and he then snowplows, you as a couple have still that discussion about snowplowing, your joint drive. Hopefully he wouldn't take that as a criticism, but his opinion is that he doesn't want to scoop it away. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, he's just like, I don't see the need to
do that. Okay, so if you still see the need to do that, then it would be about hiring somebody else, or it's about letting it go.
I'm hearing from what you're saying that balance is the word. I love the fact that you bring up spoons, right?
Yeah.
Choose your battles, like know which ones are really important to you and which are worth letting go.
Agreed.
I think what I would like to tell anybody too is, don't be afraid to take up your space. You should never suffer in silence. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, don't feel like you ever put yourself in that position where you can't be honest.
However, if you are then telling somebody else to do something that you have traditionally done because you are hurting, it's about sitting down with them and being like, this meant a lot to me. This is like one thing that I would really like done.
You're right, on the things that are important to you.
Yeah, on the things, literally.
Yeah.
And I would sit Ollie down and be like, I literally cannot and will not see the snow shoveled that way. It really gets to me.
It really pisses me off.
Yeah.
The bumps that I feel on that road. And it might not make sense to other people, but if that's what I'm saying, if that's what is important to you, let that be something that's important to you.
But if you are asking somebody else to do it, know that they won't do it the way that you're necessarily wanting.
Embrace the realism that not everyone thinks the same way.
Yeah.
And that's okay too.
And if he believes and won't change the way he's shoveling the snow, then it is about putting your mental health first and knowing, well, maybe I can sacrifice not having as much skincare or doing as much things to get that third party to shovel the snow because we have a differing opinion. I know with this, like, friction over the years in my marriage in the best way, I'm not going to get Ollie to do something my way just because I used to be able to see something and he does it a different way. Like, I don't want to change him either. Also, I'm not prepared to live with something just because I can't do it. That's where we just need to kind of at the end of the day, money's tight, but it's about changing the way that you do things and accepting that just because you're acquiring a disability and letting a third party do it isn't failing or anything. All of those negative feelings that I know that I used to have, like having blindness, like kind of swallow me. Then I started to resent my blindness and and I'll be like, this is why I can't snowplow. This is why I can't. But that resentment is natural. No, it's natural. Snowplowing is now something that you are compartmentalizing and it's allowing you to do things and saving your energy to do other things that you can do.
Yeah. I'd also say in terms of the outsourcing, because, you know, like, there might be some people who don't have the financial aid or support from governments in certain countries or who, you know, don't have the funds, even if they do have that sort of financial aid, to be able to outsource in that way. In those situations, it's still okay for you to be able to say, like, if you would, like with Ollie, for example, look, I need you to do this one like this because it's really bugging me. But as long as you're not doing that for every single thing, picking what you micromanage is an important thing.
Is it sitting down with your partner and being like, right, there's 5 things that I can't do. Do you mind taking those off me and knowing that you love me and this is really important to me? Can you do it the way that I want? Yeah. Maybe that's a discussion as well.
And I love that you're approaching this and speaking from the disabled point of view. From me, I'm thinking about it just from that, like, just a relationship point of view.
Yeah.
This isn't just a disability thing.
Yeah.
There are so many times and situations where you might feel like you're micromanaging just cohabiting with somebody else.
Yeah,
I think my mind just goes to toilet roll.
yeah.
You know, like how when you put toilet roll on the little thingy, I really like it where the toilet roll flap, whatever you call it, is towards you. It really bugs me when it's on the back end.
Oh,
you know, like when it's behind. And I used to be that person that would be like, Jamie, you put it on the toilet roll wrong. Yeah. Something clicked in me where I was just like, why does it matter? I don't have to force him to do it the way that I want to do when it's still perfectly functional. Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
I'm so with you. I feel like we all go through that. I think it's just about learning to just let someone else be and loving them flaws and all.
Yeah, and realising that sometimes we have our quirks and sometimes it's really important to some people that toilet roll is one way. And if that's something that was so important to me and I kept bringing it up, then Jamie would be like, okay, clearly I need to do this because it's important to her. Do you know what I mean? But
agreed.
It's knowing when to choose those
exactly, and having a certain amount of them and maybe just chatting to each other. Oh, love that, babe.
Should we see what other peaches have to say?
Yep, let's do it.
But sorry, in terms of a badge, didn't do that. Would I be the drama for making specific requests when he's doing the things that I struggle with, or do I need to learn to let it go?
No, you're not the drama.
I'm gonna go no drama here, which is a different badge, because I don't think that you're drama, but I also don't think your partner's a drama either.
No, I don't either. No drama here.
Cool. And I think it's one of those things that you're relearning as a couple. And as you said, it's about building and making you stronger as a couple. Yeah. We evolve in life and we learn new things, and we are not the same people that we are when we first get together. No. Not just in terms of disability, which can happen to absolutely anybody, but also age. Yeah. I see older couples in my life struggle with not having the independence that they once had. Yeah, agreed. But it doesn't make you lesser than in any way.
No, it just means you need to do other things.
Yeah. I do think you would be the drama though, Peach, if you did this for everything, and that drama would not be just a pain to your partner, but it's a pain to yourself, right? Because you deserve to not have such perfectionism on things that you just don't want that time taken up with.
You deserve to have adaptive technology. You deserve to have...
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, you deserve to have things that suit you now that maybe you didn't need in the past, but it's about finding different ways to how you can do it.
To make life fit you. Yeah. So you can take up the space that you deserve to be taking up. Yeah. Absolutely. When it comes to your mobility, don't compromise, says One Peach. When it comes to how things look, that's the place to let things go. Why not sit down and talk to him? Ask open-ended questions about where he feels a compromise is warranted.
Interesting.
Also, if you've got the budget to hire someone, even if it's a neighbourhood kid to come and shovel the snow, that could also be an option.
Yeah. Also, I guess it is a mobility thing in that you could slip.
Yeah. Another Peach says, I don't think you are the drama. However, I also hate to give advice that might lead to a breakdown in a relationship. So might I suggest, if it's possible, to hire a neighbourhood kid? Obviously, this is at an added cost, but then you can ask that kid to do it how you like and they'll understand the expectations or not make excuses about how the car drives over a micro mountain. Opie's responded to this too and says, I'm sorry that you're finding yourself in a similar situation. It is a hard adjustment. I suppose the issue isn't shoveling specifically, more that I can see conflicts coming up and there's more that I need help with. That's what it is, right? I'm hearing that this is you struggling to let go.
Yeah, and I'm so with you because you can frame it as you need help, and I absolutely did when you acquire a disability. But also know, eventually, if you find different adaptive tools and things, you will eventually turn the phrase I need help to I need my adaptive tech. Yeah, absolutely.
I know you are quite the perfectionist, Luce.
I am, yeah.
Do you feel like you have learned to let things go?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, so much more. I've become so much more laid back.
I'm glad, because it is not taking up your brain space in ways that it doesn't need to.
No, because I would go into a room before and be like, I need to know what everyone's wearing, la, la, la. My brain would be like 100 miles an hour because I used to have all that input, obviously, from being sighted. But no, it does get better and it does calm down. And at the end of the day, your brain space has to go from someone who did have an able body, and now you've acquired something that doesn't allow you to do the same things that you used to, and there is a grieving process for that.
I definitely feel like you have grown in confidence with asking for things, what you want, and for help.
Agreed.
For sure. And that's a beautiful growth to see.
Yeah, it's so true.
Like when we first met, you did have a sense of timidness.
I did. I didn't want to ask you for things, did I? And I was like, oh, like, would it be okay if? And now I'm just like, grab me.
It's normally when we're out and about and not in the same environments that, you know, like we typically just hang out in. Yeah. You'll be like, I'm not doing that. Or I don't want to do that. Yeah. Initially, when it first started to happen, I was a bit taken aback, like, oh, is Lucy pissed off? And I'm like, no. And it's relearning as an ally in these situations, right? To be like, it's okay for someone to say how they feel. Yeah. We don't need to be people pleasing all the time.
I love it so much.
Hope, oh Peach, that you also come to take up that space that you deserve.
Agreed.
Drama. This has been fun.
I love it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on. Thank you so much for joining us today, Peaches. If you did enjoy this episode, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you would like to see more, and don't forget to check out the awesome Lucy,
Thanks, gorgeous.
as mentioned on YouTube. Right there. You can go take a look right there. And if you listen to this over on a podcast platform, do feel free to give us a rating, and any form of engagement really helps. For now, be kind
and have a nice day.
Bye.